My mother didn't warn me. She sent a text asking me not to attend my own sister's wedding. My sister liked it. That single tap exposed years of silent exploitation and pushed me to make one decision that changed everything. The message didn't arrive with a conversation. It wasn't wrapped in concern or softened by explanation. It was a simple text from my mother that said, "Please don't come. The family wants a drama-free wedding." Seconds later, my sister Serena reacted with a heart. I read it 3 times, hoping I'd misunderstood. I hadn't. That tiny digital gesture said more than any argument ever could. I typed back, "Great choice." Then I put the phone down, unaware that those words marked the quiet ending of a role I had played my entire life. My name is Valentina, and in my family, I was never the cherished one. I was the dependable one. From an early age, I learned that my value wasn't measured in affection, but in usefulness. When something went wrong, I fixed it. When something needed organizing, planning, or paying for, it landed on me. Outwardly, we looked refined. My mother Marissa hosted gatherings like performances, always smiling, always polished. My father Edward avoided confrontation by disappearing emotionally. Serena, my younger sister, was adored effortlessly. She didn't need to prove herself. The world adjusted around her. When Serena needed space, she was given grace. When I walked into a room, I was handed responsibility. For years, I told myself that was fine. I'm a project manager by profession. Structure feels natural to me. So when Serena got engaged and the family asked me to help with the wedding, I didn't hesitate. Of course I'd handle it. That was my role. I coordinated vendors, managed timelines, approved deposits. Every invoice landed in my inbox, and I paid it without question. Not because Serena asked me to, but because it was expected. An expectation had always ruled over my comfort. The only person who ever seemed to notice the weight carried was my grandmother. She watched quietly, rarely interfering. In her small garden while trimming flowers, she once told me, "Strength isn't how much you carry. It's knowing when to set something down." At the time, I thought she meant rest. I didn't realize she meant boundaries. As the wedding approached, unease crept in. Serena dismissed my suggestions with impatience. My mother praised Serena's ideas while calling my concerns negative. My father spoke about gratitude that never came from the bride herself. During one meeting, I suggested reducing guest numbers to stay within budget. Serena sighed without looking up and said, "Val, can't you just make it work? You always do." That sentence stayed with me longer than it should have. The morning the text arrived, the one uninviting me, I was reviewing the final payment spreadsheet at my table. Sunlight caught the silver necklace my grandmother had given me. Something she said represented clarity for the first time. I saw the truth clearly. I wasn't part of the celebration. I was part of the infrastructure. I thought being uninvited was the worst of it, but the next realization showed me just how replaceable they believed I was. After the text, the family group chat grew louder, brighter, too cheerful. It felt staged, like everyone was trying to convince themselves that excluding me was the right choice. Then my mother casually introduced a new idea. She wanted a wedding week. Multiple events, lavish gatherings, extra venues. She listed them lightly, but I noticed her eyes flick toward something sitting quietly on the counter. My grandmother's savings envelope. A chill ran through me. "That money isn't meant for celebrations," I said carefully. Marissa waved me off. "Don't exaggerate. Serena only gets married once." I turned to Serena, hoping for hesitation. She just shrugged. "Grandma doesn't even use it." That was when I realized this wasn't spontaneous. This had been discussed without me. A few days later, I accompanied my grandmother to a dress fitting. While smoothing the fabric, she whispered, "I heard your mother talking. They're making plans without you." The truth landed quietly, firmly. Then came the moment that broke the illusion completely. I walked into my mother's living room with timelines in hand. Serena sat on the couch scrolling her phone. "Oh," she said flatly. "Didn't know you'd stop by. We're using Serena's seating plan. my mother added without looking at me. Serena's phone lit up, my mother's uninviting text still visible. Serena tapped the heart again. "It's better this way," she said. Everyone agrees. That night, I opened my laptop and reviewed every payment I'd made. Venue, catering, lighting, flowers, a record of how efficiently I'd erased myself when Serena sent another message. "Mom prefers mine something." Inside me went quiet. I messaged my mother privately. "Great choice. Then you won't need my payments anymore." And just like that, I stopped. I canceled vendors professionally, contract by contract. Everything was under my name. I didn't argue. I didn't explain. Near midnight, my grandmother knocked on my door. "You don't have to carry them anymore," she said. "I know," I replied. "I'm done." Cutting off the money felt final, but my family wasn't ready to let go. Their reaction would make everything undeniable. The morning my family returned felt unnaturally still. My grandmother sat quietly, folding a napkin again and again. I made tea just to steady myself. We weren't alone. Our lawyer, Mason, met us at the airport. Calm, prepared. "People who rely on you don't plan for what happens when you stop," he said. We saw them first, my mother leading, Serena behind her, my father trailing silently. My mother's confidence wavered when she saw me. "What are you doing here?" She snapped. "We're not here to help you," I replied. Mason stepped forward. "I represent Valentina and her grandmother." The shift was immediate. "This is ridiculous," my mother scoffed. "This is documentation," Mason replied, handing her papers. Serena laughed until she read. My grandmother found her voice. "You told my granddaughter she didn't belong." My mother tried to regain control. "We can fix this." "I don't want fixing," I said. "I want it to stop." "So you're punishing us?" Serena asked. "No," I said. "I'm protecting myself." Mason explained the restrictions. Accounts secured. Access removed. Legal responses required. As we turned to leave, my mother asked, "What are we supposed to do now?" I looked back once. Figure it out. Walking away didn't feel like relief at first, but what came after showed me what freedom really looks like. The aftermath wasn't dramatic. It was quiet. Vendors confirmed cancellations. Legal boundaries held firm. My grandmother's savings were protected. No one asked me to fix anything. I visited my grandmother more often. She seemed lighter, happier. "You chose yourself," she said one afternoon. The wedding faded into chaos without me, but that wasn't my concern anymore. I began volunteering at an advocacy center that protects elderly people from financial abuse. For the first time, I wasn't fixing dysfunction. I was choosing purpose. I thought the story ended there, but the final truth changed how I understood love forever. For most of my life, I thought love meant sacrifice, endurance, carrying more than I should because family needed me. I was wrong. Love doesn't erase you. Love doesn't dismiss your worth once your usefulness ends. Walking away wasn't abandonment. It was honesty. I didn't lose a family that day. I gained myself.